Mr. Gene Reynolds, Democratic State Representative from Minden, is here. Hey, Mr. Gene, how are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing great. It's a nice morning in Spanish Town here.
Blunt question out of the blocks here. You are no longer the chairman of the state of the Democratic Caucus on the House side. The blunt question is, were you too conservative for the governor's liking?
For the crowd, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I started in 2016, and this job takes, I don't know if anybody knows what you do. It's free. You don't do it for pay. And you spend a lot of time. And I spent 7 months negotiating for the budget thing, and so it got to where it was taking all my time before session, after session, before committee, and so it was just I'd already done 5 special sessions and 2 regulars, and so that's more than most chairmanships do. So I just felt like it was time for me to step down and let somebody else have some fun.
The fellow who replaced you has said Louisianans need to be taxed more. Did his stance on the budget crisis and yours, are they at variance? And how is your stance on the same financial situation of the state and the governors? Are those at odds also?
Right. My stance is more toward the middle. I look towards solutions, and if we need to cut here or there, that's fine. If we need to keep a portion of that penny to make ends meet, that's fine. I'm really for a constitutional convention and I think that's the only way we're going to be able to solve the problem, to be able to move our money around. But I'm more of a middle kind of guy, and being a non-chairman now, I can be more independent than I was.
Let me ask you this. Was this the governor's decision? Was it House Democrats? Was it Gene Reynolds' decision?
Gene Reynolds, that guy wrote the article at LSUS guy, and he said it was a fable that I was pushed out, and that's just not true. As a matter of fact, I was begged to stay because nobody else really wanted it. So, it's a tough job. So it was my decision to do it for me, for myself, and for my family, and to have more time to do the things down here that I really would like to do. So,
Gene, let me ask you this. Who do we believe with regard to the fiscal cliff? The governor saying it's $900 million. Mm-hmm. Some Republicans saying it's as little as $300.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who I believe anymore.
Well, I listen to the staff down here, the people that are nonpartisan.
And what are they saying?
They're saying around 650, something like that. That's what they're saying right now. If you put put everything there, if we can come up with 650 somehow, some way with cuts or with a little extra on that penny, or leave part of the penny, you're actually cutting. The penny drops off, and so actually all you're doing is just replacing a little bit of the money. So they're telling me around 650. So but now REC was going to meet in May, mm-hmm. and they may recognize more money. Now, if they recognize more money, that number goes down some more, which I hope they do. And so we'll just have to wait and see.
Excuse me, Gene, just one more question. If you have been replaced, if you describe yourself as a guy who believes in the middle ground, and you have been replaced by a guy who believes he's less in the middle, i.e. more of a we need to increase taxes guy, what hope is there for reaching a deal?
Well, the problem is you got the Republicans are split, and be honest, Democrats are split too. And so you've got four factions there kind of competing and doing. So it's going to be tough. And so what we're going to have to do is sit down and people understand that there's going to have to be in the middle there with cutting some things and maybe having part of the sales tax day. That's going to have to happen if we're going to solve this problem. And if we don't, then we're just going to have to bite the bullet and live with our decisions.